Ji, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, guys, we discussed the a bit of history of Constitution of Pakistan, along with the preamble of the Constitution of Pakistan, uh, which we discussed that these are the basic principles, the basic benchmark of the Constitution. Constitution is the benchmark of the state, and the preamble is the basic benchmark, basic threshold of the Constitution, and the major guiding principles within which this state shall remain and shall be governed. After discussing that, so let's move to the very first article of the Constitution of Pakistan. This is the part 1 introductory, and the article 1, which is the heading of which is the Republic and its territories. So, it is stating that Pakistan shall be federal republic to be known as the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, hereinafter referred to as Pakistan. Number 2, the territories of Pakistan shall comprise the provinces of Balochistan, the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the Punjab and Sindh. The Islamabad Capital Territory, hereinafter referred to as the Federal Capital, and such states and territories as are or may be included in Pakistan, whether by accession or otherwise. Number 3, Majlis Shura, Parliament may by law admit into the Federation new states or areas on such terms and conditions as it thinks first. तो आर्टिकल 1 जो है, इट इज स्टेटिंग दैट नंबर 1, दिस शैल बी अ फेडरेशन. नंबर 2, this shall be the Islamic Republic. Number 3, it is defining the territories, which include the 4 provinces of Pakistan, all of you know, and the Federal Capital Territory, Islamabad, and any such states which may access to Pakistan from time to time. इसके अलावा सबसेक्शन 3 जो है इसका, वो कह रहा है कि जी द पार्लियामेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान, द मजलिस शूरा, it can admit into the federation new states or areas depending upon the varying terms and conditions. तो इसमें डिफ़ाइन कर दिया गया कि पाकिस्तान की टेरिटरीज़ क्या होंगी, व्हाट आर दी जियोग्राफिकल boundaries of Pakistan, what are its key provincial components, and what is the mechanism of accession of new states to the Pakistan, which is which requires the due approval of the Majlis Shura, the Parliament of Pakistan. उसके बाद है जी आर्टिकल 2, Islam to be state religion. Islam shall be the state religion of Pakistan. So, Pakistan is not a secular state. Instead of that, it is carrying a particular religion with it, which is Islam. So, no law can be passed or promulgated in Pakistan which is inconsistent with the basic principles and injunctions of the Holy Quran and Sunnah, and Islam is the state religion, and you all know that is why the name of Pakistan is also carrying Islam in it. It is not only Pakistan, it is the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. After that, Article 2A, the objective resolution to form part of substantive provisions. The principles and provisions set out in the objective resolution reproduced in the annexed are hereby made substantive part of the Constitution and shall have effect accordingly. Before 1973's Constitution, in the Constitution of 1956 and 62, The objective resolution was not making the substantive part of the constitution. So, this is the one of the major difference of this constitution with those ones with the previous ones, is that now the objective resolution is making to the substantive part of the constitution, which is again the set of basic principles as is the preamble we discussed recently, और उसको जो है वो इसका substantive part का जो है हिस्सा बना लिया गया. Article 3 है जी elimination of exploitation. The state shall ensure the elimination of all forms of exploitation and the gradual fulfillment of the fundamental principle from each according to his ability to each according to his work. Article 3 of the Constitution of Pakistan is guaranteeing the elimination of exploitation, discrimination, prejudicial status, behavior, interest the communities, the citizens, as far as it is related to the language, caste, creed, color, religion, or any other subdivision. So, it is basically guaranteeing that the exploitation in any of its forms shall be eliminated, and the people of Pakistan, despite the difference of their religion, their sect, their caste, creed, and the other things, they shall be treated on equal grounds. They shall stand equal in front of the Constitution of Pakistan. After that, Article 4, right of individuals to be dealt with in accordance with law, etc. To enjoy the protection of law and to be treated in accordance with law is the inalienable right of every citizen, wherever he may be, and of every other person for the time being within Pakistan. So, this is the basic right of every citizen of Pakistan, wherever he may be within Pakistan or outside Pakistan, in any of the geographic subdivisions of Pakistan or in any other state outside the Pakistan, to enjoy equal protection before law and to be treated in accordance with law. This is inalienable right of every citizen of Pakistan, which cannot be taken away from him and which cannot be terminated in any possible circumstances. This has been guaranteed by the Constitution of Pakistan. Not only this, not only it is restricted to the citizens of Pakistan, but it is extending to all those people who are coming to Pakistan as an international citizen on study visa or on visit visa. So, any person who is within the limits of Pakistan, equal protection before law and the right to be treated in accordance with law has been guaranteed and ensured to him, that he shall be treated in accordance with law, and no difference shall be made, and no discrimination shall be made with reference to his caste, color, creed, nationality, ethnicity, or any other communal or other differences. तो ये बेसिकली गारंटी किया गया है तमाम citizens of Pakistan को who are residing within Pakistan or outside Pakistan, and all other those people, the foreign nationals, the foreign subjects, the visitors who are coming to Pakistan, they are also guaranteed equal protection before law. Subsection 2 है जी, in particular, no action detrimental to the life, liberty, body, reputation or property of any person shall be taken except in accordance with law. किसी शख्स की लाइफ, उसकी ज़िंदगी, उसकी लिबर्टी, उसकी बॉडी, उसकी रेपुटेशन या उसकी प्रॉपर्टी, मूवेबल या इमूवेबल, that shall not be taken away from him, that shall not be injured, that shall not be made detrimental to him except in accordance with law. हाँ, अगर वो कोई ऑफेंस कमिट करता है, अगर वो कोई सिविल रॉन्ग करता है जिसमें उसका कोई फॉरफीचर होता है या उसका कोई एक्ट या कोई ओमिशन ऐसा है विच इज़ ब्रिंगिंग हिम टू दी डेफेमेशन, लाइबल और स्लैंडर, और या उसका कोई क्रिमिनल एक्ट ऐसा है जो कि उसकी बॉडी को, उसकी प्रॉपर्टी को, उसकी रेपुटेशन को इंजर कर रहा है, तो देन द लॉ शैल टेक इट्स कोर्स. अदरवाइज every person's right to life, liberty, property, reputation shall be protected in accordance with law. No person shall be prevented from or be hindered in doing that which is not prohibited by law. अगर law आपको इजाज़त देता है कोई भी काम करने के लिए, I mean to say which is your right, which is guaranteed by law, then you shall not be prevented from doing that. I mean to say you cannot be prevented to practice your religion, you cannot be prevented to get married, you cannot be prevented to engage in a lawful profession, trade, business within the jurisdiction of Pakistan. You cannot be prevented to have right to speech, right to have association, right to defend yourself in a court of law. तो कोई भी ऐसी चीज़ जिसको आइन ने या पाकिस्तान के किसी भी कानून ने आप को हैंडल नहीं किया, आपके लिए रुकावट पैदा नहीं की, आपसे वो चीज़ ली नहीं, उसको करने से आपको कोई रोक नहीं सकता. No person shall be compelled to do that which the law does not require to him to do. इसी तरह से आपको कंपेल नहीं किया जा सकता कोई भी ऐसा काम करने के लिए which the law is not demanding from you to do, which is not your obligation, which is not your duty as a citizen of Pakistan or otherwise to do that. ठीक है ना जी. तो उसके हवाले से no one can compel you to do any particular act which has not been entrusted to him to do, which you are not supposed to do as per the law. तो ये था जी बेसिकली आपका आर्टिकल 4, राइट ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स टू बी डेल्ट विद इन अकॉर्डेंस विद लॉ एट्सेट्रा. उसके बाद